Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good morning. I'm at the Prom Pong BTS, little after 6 in the morning. Don't ask me what I'm doing up so early. It's more haven't gone to sleep yet kind of thing. But I am gonna head on the train. Oh, a couple of stops past en route to the Sukhumvit BTS. Check out that area. I'll give you the time from Prom Pong, which is kind of central Bangkok, maybe Asok or Nana, just a little bit more. But Asok is just one train stop away. If you see the lights down at the end of the way there, that's the Asok BTS. So from here to Sukhumvit, we'll start the clock. We'll call it 6:09. I'm not sure exactly when it was, maybe 9-10 years ago when I kind of switched gear into, yeah, I think I can retire and head over to Bangkok. I started researching, well, where is an affordable place to live and yet still be close to city center and all. And at that time, it was en route. To be honest, I moved up to en route, stayed there for a year. I loved it. But en route is just about the same price as up here where I'm in Prom Pong now. I could have easily got a 16,000 baht unit up in Prom Pong. I went with a 19,000 just to have more space. But 16 is what I was paying in the Knightsbridge, a newer building in en route. Of course, you can find better deals than that. I'm just putting it out there. En route is kind of caught up price-wise. So we'll head down the way, take a look at other areas like Bangkok, Udom Suk, and today Sukhumvit. 6:20 a.m. So it took 11 minutes to get here from Prom Pong, or the quote-unquote center of Bangkok, or at least expat central. I know there's many parts of Bangkok, but a lot of us seem to end up in the Sukhumvit area, at least to begin with. And this is what I did. I went Prom Pong, Tong Lo, Ekamai, Prakanong, en route, Bangkok, and here we are, Sukhumvit. And I'm just out exploring. I don't know much about this area at all. I got off the BTS and I'm heading on the odd side towards en route. And I see the next main Soi, looks like a pretty major street, so we'll take a right and see what it has to offer condo-wise. And just 20 feet from the BTS steps is the Quinn building. There's a Cafe Amazon and a 7-Eleven in the base. That will be your commute to the train. Looks like a beautiful building. And take into account where you're going to work if that's an office. Of course, if you're going to work at the U.S. Embassy up in the Plon Chit area, I would think twice before I moved up here just to save 2,000 or 3,000 baht a month. I mean, it's up to you, but to save $100 or less a month and have that commute every day, I wouldn't do it. But once again, your decision. This is more for folks that are coming over here, maybe retired, working from home, that kind of thing, and it doesn't really matter where they live unless their office happens to be up this way. And just a fast peek down 101, it looks like there's some 15-20 story buildings on the left to check out. And there's plenty of monks in the area out collecting their donations early in the morning, giving different blessings in return. Now I've just made a 200-foot walk from Sukhumvit, and this is Sukhumvit Soi 4. There appears to be some smaller buildings, and it connects down the way. But I'm going to keep walking. I'm interested in these two buildings. And that is looking up Soi 5. Again, nothing too large down that way. And this is looking down Soi 6. Plenty of local restaurants, a couple of 7-Elevens. We're coming up to Soi 7. And this would be Soi 8, not Soi 7, just some Thai-style buildings. Pretty much the same with Soi 8. That large building you see at the end, I think that's down at the Udom Suk BTS area. And this is the first large building, a pretty short walk from the BTS, the Regent Orchid condo. Looks pretty nice, especially if they have those wraparound balconies. I don't know if those are balconies or not. No, I think it's just the way the building is. Yeah, the balconies look kind of small. That was throwing me, the corner design. For being right in the heart of Bangkok, it's definitely a little more mellow up here compared to the Asok and Nana area. That's a New York City sidewalk vibe. Up here, even at, I don't know what's going on, 6:30 in the morning, it's still just a little bit more of a neighborhood feel, if that's important to you. And this is looking down Soi 10. And that's looking up Soi 9. I thought I saw another large building, so maybe it's going to be tucked away in one of these sois. I'll walk down just a little bit further and then maybe double back. I do have a laundromat right here. Most of these units, like in that condo region, I'm sure they'll have washing machines. It's very unusual to have a dryer, and it's nice to kind of wash and fluff things up in the dryer at least every 10th wash or so, for me anyhow. And this is looking down Soi 12. Right across the way is Soi 11. Again, I see a bunch of 6-story buildings. I'm going to go down just a tiny bit more. I don't want to get too far from the train, which I'm really not at all. The street kind of S-turns around, but I would say it's less than a 10-minute walk to the BTS. So I'm going to just go up another 100 feet and then explore a little bit up some of these side sois, because I don't see anything too large back this way worth walking for. And there is Soi 13. That's the Zen Master Hotel. And this, I believe, yes, Soi 14. And I've came up to the privacy, Soi 101. Looks like a 7 or 8 story building. Looks very nice, maybe 3 towers. I see somebody working out on the 2nd floor there. And that's located right across the street from all kinds of street food and different offerings. This is Soi 15. This is looking off in the direction of Sukhumvit, which I would guess is 1,000 feet. Maybe it's more than 1,000 feet. I'm good with blocks. We're about 5-6 blocks back here. It's 5 city blocks. This is looking up Soi 17. And here's the local Wat. All these different mucks must live in. And that's down Soi 20. And there's a little mini Goddess, the Go Fresh. Normally they stay open 24 hours. I'm not sure. I'll walk across and check. It'll have more than a 7-Eleven. A little bit of offerings in produce and fish and meat. Just a mini grocery store. No, it's a little bit slower area, so it says 6 a.m. to 2200, 10 p.m. And this is looking up Soi 19. There's a taxi stand right here on the corner. So this is, whenever you see the taxi stand, I'm sure it's 20 baht to race you up the street to the BTS. But when you see those taxi stands, now you know you're kind of getting tucked away back here. Again, a very reasonable walk, but just putting it out there. I'm not going to go much further. I'm going to go up this Soi 19 and see what those 6-story offerings are. I see the Arnie style or Arnie Sky. And to get our boundaries, that taller building is that Regent building, which was not that far up the Soi. So let's explore 19. Even though we are on 19, they're pretty short blocks in between Soi 17 and 19, not like in other parts of Bangkok where there's a huge amount of space. And right before that Sky building, I don't see a name. It's just a 3 or 4 story building, but getting boots on the ground out here, walking around, that's where you're gonna find different for rent signs. Especially if you're fine with a smaller place that just comes at a super affordable price. There's all kinds of these different options. Oh, sorry boy, scared me. I think I scared him. So this Sky building is so new, they don't even have the sign up or the plastic off many of the parts. Just a 6-story building up here on, what are we on, Soi 19? It doesn't appear to be a whole bunch back here, so I can keep going. There's another 6-story building, but that's kind of getting a ways from the train. Plus, this 6:30 in the morning, that's when everybody lets their dogs run down the street and go do their thing. So I'm not going to push it. I'm going to double back around. Really nice size 7-Eleven right across the way from Soi 21. And it looks like a really nice building here on the corner of 21. Let's see what the name is. It's the Green 3 Condominium. Looks very nice. Not a huge high-rise, but kind of a nice building. So here's the Arnie on 101. And there's another building just across the way, the Urban Home. So all kinds of different 5- and 6-story offerings back here. Oh, that must be that Watt off in the distance. I'm guessing. Looks temple-like. There's all kinds of different smaller buildings. Not that you have to move into a 30 or 40-story tall building. It's just there's more availability. So I point those out. Other than that Regent building, there's not a whole lot close to the train on this street anyhow. So I'm going to head back towards Sukhumvit. Yeah, it's a personal decision where you're going to live, but unless you have a reason to be 2 miles from the train, there's no really sense in doing so. You can get a place at the same cost near the train or just slightly more. And every now and then I'm asked, why don't I put Google Maps up and pins for Google Map and all that? I did. If you look, this is over number 400 videos. So I've been doing this a while, in Mexico anyhow. And I would put Google Maps up all the time, and I would get copyright infringements. It's funny because YouTube is owned by Google, but they don't seem to work with one another. You'd get a letter saying, you can't profit on this video. Not that I'm making much, but I'm gonna make $5-10 on the video. You can't profit at all and use Google Maps. So I don't do it. If other people do it and can get away with it, that's great. Myself, it's been an issue in the past, and they only give you 3 copy strikes and you're out. Your channel's done. So I'm not gonna mess with it. But if you'd like to look up on Google Maps the Green 3 and then just draw a line from there up the soy we're on, heading back, and I forgot what it was, heading back towards Sukhumvit, that's the exact area I'm in. All right, I have been up all night, but it's Soy 101. I remember now. It's almost 7 a.m. now. The traffic is picking up a little bit, but it's nothing like the busy sections of Bangkok just 5 miles away. And walking past 17 again, I'm looking down the way, and for a reasonable distance, I just see some local style buildings, 4-story, so I'm not going to bother walking down there. And I've made my way back to Soy 13. It does look like there's one building down on the left, so we'll go take a look. And I assume it's the live-in building? Six stories? Seems fine. Not a whole bunch down the way, just some private homes. This looks like a car repair, maybe. So we're going to get back on 101, heading towards Sukhumvit. Yeah, check out this privacy building or any of these condos at a place called Hip Flat. HIPFLAT, Hip Flat. It's a real estate website, but it'll give you different ideas. You can put in the building, the streets, the area, and it'll give you different ideas. Just be careful. A lot of the ads you see online are a little bit clickbaity. If you're looking in this building, and I have no idea, they look smaller. I mean, you can tell that looks like an empty unit and a little tiny balcony. I don't even see a washer. I see clothes hanging, so maybe there's washers under the sink. Not having a washer is a little unusual, and I would say it's kind of a must. But just by seeing the balcony and that window, that's it. That's the size of the condo. So that's going to be small, but it could be cheap, and it could be a lot cheaper being 15 minutes up the way from a soak. So check it out at Hip Flat. But if and I'll make up the numbers. If you see every apartment in there is going for 15,000 baht, and all of a sudden there's one for 10,000 baht, 99.9% chance that is not available. It's just kind of a clickbaity ad. And again, I'm making up the numbers. I have no idea what these units cost back here. And across the way from the privacy, Soy 101, Soy 15, some delicious chicken cooking. I don't see a whole bunch down here, but I'm gonna go take a peek. I do see one building on the left. And I'm out exploring, making these videos, mostly because it's fun for me to explore the area and all, but if you're getting any kind of use out of checking out these different areas in Bangkok that maybe you're considering moving to, hey, give me that thumbs up. That helped my little channel expand, and it is expanding, so I'm grateful for everybody that subscribed and leaves comments. That really helps me a lot. And you know what? I'm going to turn around. That building is, it's not on 101. It's on 99 or whatever the next street is. It was farther back than I thought. So it's mostly just personal homes. We're going to cut back up to 101 and head back to the right towards the Regent building. Not that it's a deal breaker one way or another, but I have not seen one other foreigner up this way. I'm sure they're here, but all I've seen is Thais. I know the Udom Suk area, that's very, very popular with expats, but maybe just the lack of availability up this 101 way, I haven't seen one person yet. And coming back to Soi 11, let's take a second peek. Yeah, looks like there's at least one or two 6-story buildings. I did find a kitty hotel, cat hotel, like Glass House Studio. Good to know if you want to put the cat away when you take a trip. And that's the Regent building, and we're on the backside here on Soi 11. And once again, these buildings are further down than they appear. I'm going to go down there, but I don't even think they're going to be on Soi 101 anymore. I've walked quite a ways up, well, not that far, but off of 101. Sure, I can continue to walk down and probably hit Soi 99, but this is a Soi 101 video. And I don't see a name on this building other than it says VST, where that person just walked out. I think it might be a hotel. That is looking in the direction of 101. I'm going to go this way. I might be on the, that might be the next street, but we'll at least see what these buildings are just to show you some buildings. There's not a whole lot of offerings here off of 101. Okay, this says we still are on 101, the Marissa building. Not bad. Let's just keep going. We've already came up 101. There wasn't a whole bunch on the side street, so we'll see what's down around the corner here. Why not? At least there's some 6-story buildings down here. I don't see the name. I think these are offices. Yeah, those are office suites. Here's the My Home 101. I like the gardening. Oh, I like the looks of that building a lot. No, those are definitely condos. I see people's laundry, very small balconies. Two towers. Yeah, I don't see a name, but right across from My Home 101. And here's my house next door. Yeah, nothing wrong with these low-rise buildings, especially some of the older units. I live on in a, I don't know what it is, 20, 25-year-old building, and it's just built thick. I don't hear the neighbors. You don't hear anybody above you. It's just solid construction. Plus, they're larger, oftentimes. So we're getting tucked pretty far back here, but there's some nice buildings. Here's the Marble Home. I'm not sure. No, that's called Unite. And over here is the Mira building. And I thought it would head off to the left, but I think it dead ends down here. I see all the different people heading to work. They're see, like this taxi motorbike guy here, they're walking up the way and then they flag down the taxi guy and then he races up here. You can almost see 101 at the end there. We're not that far back. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit. But as these people are walking to work, they just walk down the middle of the street here, wave their hand, and the motor taxi guy, the stands at the end of the street here, they just zip up here and pick up their fare. And Unite, Punawiti is going to be about the end of the line. I'm pretty sure it dead ends. That large building is the Quinn building, and that is exactly where you'll get on the BTS. It's not a huge distance at all, but it's going to seem like a very long distance when it's just pouring rain. So keep that in mind. The closer to the train for rain, heat, all these different reasons. You can go for a walk anytime, but when you have your, when you have your nice clothes on, that's the last time you want to get soaked on the way to work. The one thing there isn't up on this 101 in this area are bars or just local places to go have a drink. It was the same when I lived over on Newt. Everybody in that area had to go over Soi 50 to the Cheap Charlies, and there's 4 or 5 little bars there in that little complex. Up in Phrom Phong, not that I'm a huge drinker, but I am out meeting friends and getting a beer, different bars and restaurants 4 or 5 times a week. So for Phrom Phong, I can just walk to a million places. When I lived in Newt, I had to get on the train every single time. This is looking up Soi 9 again, and it looks like the same distance back there are some more buildings. I'm gonna make the walk for you, so you don't have to. It's not super close. Well, let's see what's, let's back all the way at the end. And here's the Saponic Business Technological College. All the students heading in. And I see 3 or 4 more buildings off to the right here. Again, we're on Soi 9. And you know what? I think I've been fooled, or I fooled myself. These are the back end to those buildings that are on Soi 11. This is just the parking entrances. So the buildings go in between 9 and 11. I'm gonna keep walking just to see what's down here out of curiosity. Yeah, and there's a place down here on the left, the Residence 101. Looks really nice. I see 4 towers. And yes, I did try going through that Residence at the end of 9 there and trying to pop out on, I assume, Soi 7. There was just a big, huge wall. And we're getting back to 101 here. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the video. It is a Wednesday, so it's a work day, if that matters. So that's the first I'm seeing of that red bus on the left. Usually those buses for 10 baht will race you from the back end of the Soi up to the BTS. Oftentimes when I see those, it's for construction workers, but I'm starting to see in other areas like back here, that's the affordable way to also get up the street. I just saw that man hit a buzzer in the white shirt there and jump off. And that's looking across the way to Soi 10. I'm kind of purposely not going up those Sois. All I see are private homes. So I've stuck to, as I'm heading back towards Sukhumvit, looking up the odd sides. That's where at least I'm finding some 6-story buildings. I'm coming up on that Regent, which once again is going to be probably your best chance. Well, here it is right here. The Regent Orchid Condo. I'm going to say that's your best chance for availability if you want to be up in this area. Yeah, this is a monster of a building, coffee shop down below. And now we're getting plenty of traffic as we're getting close to Sukhumvit. Everybody heading to work. Day coming alive. I have a feeling though, if you show back up in this area at 10 in the morning, it's gonna go back to being slow and mellow like it was at 7 in the morning. And another peek up Soi 7. It doesn't look like it's worth walking down there. I don't even see any apartment buildings. Just these 4-story walk-ups and businesses. The same on the other side with Soi 8. Here's a Thai massage, hair design. There's a barista. I see 50, 50, and 30 baht. It's in Thai, but 50 baht for a coffee, not bad. And we're back up to Soi 3, so let's take a quick peek down there. Okay, well, he wouldn't let me back there. There's a guard and a gate, and he just said, oh, you can't come back here. I didn't ask him why. I just said, yes, sir. You can translate that sign if you'd like. Hey, and that's about it. We're back up to Sukhumvit, so thanks for checking out this Soi 101 area in Punawiti. To wrap it up, that Regent building, maybe the Privacy building, or heading down Soi 11 towards the end there in that series of 6-story buildings. Those might be your best bet for finding a condo in this area. So thanks for watching. Consider subscribing and have a great morning.